Hi, in this video you will learn how to use Google Spreadsheets to make class groups for next year. I'm here on the virtual checkout and I'm going to go down to this bottom section on the left, placement spreadsheets by grade level. So we have rising first graders, which are current kindergarten students rising up to first grade. Rising second graders are first grade students moving up to second grade, and so on. So the teachers, if we were going to be doing rising fourth graders, the third grade teachers would be the ones to need access to this spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and model that grade level. So you click that link and then you come here. This is where you'll need access to the spreadsheet. Now it's important to note that only the third grade teachers and only the administrators currently have access to this spreadsheet. So here we have a spreadsheet. I'm going to look down at the bottom here and we have the different pages to this spreadsheet. First is the grade level spreadsheet, which contains all the student names and all of their information. So what we've done this year is try to enter a lot of this information for you to cut down on some of your workload. Down here we have Class A, which will be one of the classes for next year. And just a little example, we'll leave that blank. And Class B and Class C and so on. Those are the three classes that will consist of fourth grade this year. No teacher names just yet. We're going to leave them as Class A and B and C for now. And the final page over here is our rating scale, which will help us rate the students in different categories, which I'll show you in just a little bit. So we'll come back to this. Alright, so the grade level page, we have all the student information. ID numbers, their gender, ethnicity, ELP level, and so on. We just need you, the first step will be to add a couple bits of information here. First one is whether or not the student is moving. So you can go ahead and indicate Y or N for that. So these are Alicia's students, so Alicia would be entering this information. And then we have the same for Bethany and moving on down and so forth. Just that teacher would be entering the information for their student. Okay, so we have all this information. Moving to all the way to the right here, we have the academic rating, the behavior rating, and the communication rating. So note that when you click on the arrow in this cell, you can populate it with high, medium, or low. You could also double click the cell to bring up the same categories. We have the same for behavior, and communication's a little bit different. We just have high, medium. Now let's go on to explain what we mean by that. If you come over here to the rating scale, in our academic areas, we have high, medium, and low. Now it's not what you might think. High academics does not mean this is a high achieving student. Instead, I want you to think about it in terms of how much time is required. Is it a high amount of time? In other words, high academic means a high level of support needed for reteaching and remediation for this student. Whereas low academics, you don't have to invest a lot of time. The student's mostly above grade level and low need for support. Okay, so read these descriptors very carefully. Same goes for behavior. High behavior, consistently high need for behavior support. Again, how much time are you spending supporting the student with their behavior needs? If it's a high amount of time, then it's a high behavior. Okay, and then down here for communication, high communication means that you, again, invest a lot of time. The parent needs frequent communication with the teacher. A medium is a medium amount of time, and we've decided to leave out low, so it's just high and medium. Any other questions, you may want to consult Ramona or Bridget. So coming back to the grade level, you would this is I think it was, yes, Alicia's. So Alicia is going to fill out high, medium, or low for each student. Now what we've also done is, suppose that you have a student with a high academic rating. They require a high amount of time and support. When you click on that descriptor, it will appear red if it's high. It will appear medium, orange if it's medium, and if it's low, can you guess? Yes, green, low amount of support. So the screen of the cells will automatically color code for you, so you don't have to do it. Oops. Okay, and then you would also indicate if the student needs to be separated from someone, if the student needs to be kept with another student continuing on to next year, and of course you would include any comments that next year's teacher is going to want to know about that particular student. All right, so now once you have included all this information in the grade level section, now it's time to start placing students in either class A, B, or C, very much the same way that we did last year, but if we have some new staff, I'll go over it one more time as a review. All right, so you're placing this student. You can click in the row and then right-click, copy, and then place them in one of the 3 different classes by clicking in the row, right-clicking, and then paste. And then that will paste the student in this class. Then what you want to do is come back to the grade level page, and then you can, if you want to, you can go ahead and delete this row. Okay, I'm going to use the back button to undo, or you might want to just highlight this student, and that means that yes, this student has been placed. You might feel comfortable doing this instead of just deleting the row altogether, whatever you decide to do. And it's important to know that you have these back and forward buttons in case you do make a mistake. All right, so that's the process that your team is going to want to do. Now remember, again, this is on Google Sheets, so you can really distribute the time. So if there are 4 people doing this, 4 people can be on the same sheet, all working on different computers, and you could sit down in a room, communicate, and get the work done a lot faster than if it was just one person working and the rest of the team just commenting. So use your time efficiently with the collaboration tools here. The other thing you want to keep in mind is that at any point you can go back and return to any previous version of the sheet by clicking on File, See Revision History, and to the right you can see what the document looked like at different points in time. And then you can restore that version by clicking this button, and that will bring it back. So since it's Google, you don't have to worry about saving, you don't have to worry about losing information, because you can always restore any previous version at any point in time. So I'm going to click this arrow to go back to the editing version of this document. So there you have it. That is the comprehensive guide to creating class groupings for next year using Google Sheets. Please let us know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.